Still your leader, the 20-yard beat. Sealed up as he's got a really strong lead here coming out of turn number 4. We'll see the white flag, one more trip. Just crash. Down the back straightaway. Just dialed up and in and out. He goes into turn 3 for the final time. Forever 66 banner out of turn 4 and entering the front straightaway. Crown Vic Heat race number 2 goes to Jess Thrash. Followed up by the 8S Jess Stephen Parker and then the 35 Christopher Vicks. Well, I gotta say, Crown Vic's, those heat races, they went a lot better in my books. Those were first at it. I was a little skeptic. But we saw some good racing there. They were side by side. There was some good racing. There were some good passes. Very pleased to have the Crown Vics with us here tonight. As next up, we'll switch gears to the factory stocks. 19 factory stocks on hand with us here tonight. So that'll put us with 3 heat races, all going 6 laps apiece. Heat race number 1 for the factory stocks. We'll start front row inside. That's a 2K Mike Keever. On the outside, the 8-pin Kyle Stevens. Second row outside, the 95C of Cooper Spencer. 2 is inside in the 23J Juan Diaz. Third row inside, and the number 33 Double D Doug Durant. 2 is outside, the 199S Jason Sperry. And all alone on the 4th row, starting 7th, the 23T Matt Thornburg. 6 laps the distance. Factory stock heat race number 1. Looks like for Jason Sperry, he got a little oopsie-daisy there in turn 2. Yellow lights coming on. It will be a complete restart here. We'll line them back up and we'll try it one more time for 6 laps. restart alone. Second place goes inside. Third on the outside. Second row, the leader earned his right. So he restarts all alone on the front rows. We go back green. One complete 5 to go for heat 1 of the factory stocks. Try to look for a move at the bottom, return for here. Race 1 for the factory stocks. Heat race number 2 will go out. The racetrack before, these are just simply heat races. Drivers, when they signed in, they drew a field number that kind of assesses where they go in heat race order. They go past to start tonight's main events, which we'll see 20 laps later on in most all the divisions. Race 2, it'll be the same as the first 6 laps around. Front row inside, starting the number 31, that's Gene Harbin. Goes outside the 3D, Dustin Stewart. Second row outside the AT1, Mike Wiseman. And to his inside the 77, Hunter Ford. And third row inside, starting 5th, the 0, Taylor Morgan. And to the outside will be the 22, Brian Parker. We'll get them lined up side by side, and like I said, those of you on the stage at the red railing, here they come. Finishers for the factory stocks. That's our scales over there. You see them. They're going to stop and make sure they get weighed in a maximum weight requirement. It's obviously a minimum weight requirement. It's obviously the lighter you go, the faster it is. And the weight requirement they have to meet. So that's what they're checking there. And then they will go down to the main stage and get high fives. Looks like he's got his helmet off. Give it up for Kyle as he enters the main stage, ladies and gentlemen. Race number 2 going green now, out of turn number 4. Marvin leads on green. The 77 of 104. Wow, what a finish! 22 beat Brian Parker. He's going to be having some fun when he joins us here on the main stage momentarily.
That was a race.
So yeah,
I videoed all of it.
And then the third heat race for the factory stocks. One heat race left for the factory stocks, and then we go to our premier headlining division, the Sooner Late models. So heat 3 for the factory stocks, front row inside, the 199 Matt French, just outside the 1W Luke Leatherman. Second row inside the 21C, Rodney Cantrell, to the outside in the number 1. Starting fourth, the number 1, Grant Davis. Third row outside in the 327, Dale Richardson. And to his inside, starting fifth, the number 7, Ben Moore. Same thing, 6 laps around for the third heat race of the installment of factory stock division course here tonight.
There they are.
So we see the 31 of Gene Harvin. He's the first one up to the scales, so he will be the first to roll past us and join us here on the main stage. That's the 31 of Gene Harvin there on the main stage, ladies and fastest vineyard race cars you can see. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Larry Carr to tell us what is coming up next.
All right, up next on the program, late model heat racing action. Not just any late models, but the Cerner Late Model Series presented by the Hayden Ross Motorsports Foundation. Your lineup for the first heat should look like this. Scheduled on the pole, the H1 of Steve Hewitt Sr. out of Manford, Oklahoma, sponsored by SHR Auto Repair and Bull Bounty. On his outside, Mo Bags, Morgan Bagley, out of Gladewater, Texas, driving the 14 car, sponsored by P&W Sales, Smelly's Welding and Fabric, Integra Racing Shocks, and Precision Trailers. Road 2 inside, the 56 car, Tony Jackson Jr. out of Lebanon, Missouri, sponsored by Rodland Schlupp, Longhorn Chassis, and Bilstein Shocks. Outside road 2, 31 car, Gary Lowe out of Trenton, Texas. Road 3 inside, the 95 car, Zach Nickel out of Choctaw, Oklahoma, sponsored by Mark Machine and Auto Repair, RKT Signs, and Nakoma Park Radiator, Brill and Sean's Racing. The 12 car on his outside will be Scott Krigler out of Alton, Missouri, sponsored by Royal Oak Charcoal and Krigler Timber. 3 car, that is Ben and Willard. Looks like Jackson will take the low groove. That's going to put Krigler up on the high side. And it'll be Steve Hewitt, Zach Nickel, Gary Lowe, Brennan Willard, and last but not least, Jackson. Wide range of experience out there. Morgan Bagley, knowledge, late model driver, 171 of Carlos. Looks him over. Green flag fly. Steve Hewitt. The 171 of Harless and the 95 is that Nickel. Actually, Nickel will go in front of Harless since Harless is the lap down. Yellow light out. We'll look green next time around. Here we go.
That was a hell of a restart.
All
That was a
right.
hell of a restart.
Your second heat for the Sooner Late Model Series presented by the Hayden Ross Motorsports Foundation lineup should look like this. On the pole, the 122 of Damian Petoskey out of Enid, Oklahoma, sponsored by Elite Collision, KP Performance, Mac Tools, GRT Race Cars, Jethbridge Optician, Petoskey Motorsports, K&M Pipeline, and FB Designs. On his outside should be the U2 of Terry Henson out of Benton, Arkansas, sponsored by Finish Line Tool Sales, NSD, and Elite Paint and Body. Row 2 inside, the Iceman, Delbert Smith out of Beloit, Kansas, driving the 92 car, sponsored by 405 Performance, CJR Technologies, and Belleville Farm and Home. On his outside, the 99J, Nate Jans out of Ennis, Texas, sponsored by Howard Racing Engines, Wells Fargo Advisors, and Jeff Stetler Home Builders. Row 3 inside, that is the 5 car. Jonathan Mitchell out of Texarkana, Texas, sponsored by Team 5 Enterprises, 14 working hazard manufacturing and WWTM. The 7-8, Fred Hansen out of Fort Gibson, Oklahoma, sponsored by GSE Construction, George Street Tire, Bravado Wireless, and James Hodge Ford. The H2, Chris Hewitt out of Yale, Oklahoma, sponsored by SHR Racing, Four Ways Fab, Broadway Clinic, and Vantage Imaging. Terry Henson. Third heat for the Hayden Ross Motorsports Foundation presented Sooner Late Model Series should be in the staging area, and the lineup should look like this. On the pole, the 16 car, Jeff Aitken. Out of Pottsville, Arkansas, sponsored by Doug's Electrical Service and Kirby Specialties. On his outside should be the 9M, Nick Morgan from right here in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Sponsored by Morgan Towing, Ross Construction, and Morgan Emergency Services. Row 2 inside the 9L, Dustin Leatherman out of Muskogee, Oklahoma. Sponsored by York Tree Tire, GSE Construction, and Atlas Material. On his outside, the 7D, Heath Davenport out of Yellville, Arkansas. Sponsored by Double L Motorsports, Bobcat of Batesville, Lakeview Auto Sales, and Terry Small. CJR Technologies of world-class performance. The M19 JC Mattingly out of Springdale, Arkansas. Sponsored by Complex Technologies. Team 19 Motorsports and Human Racing. 23 Michael Foreman out of Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Sponsored by Morgan Towing, Compass Technologies, and Ty Thomas Engine. Letterman trying to get under Warrior. Daniel Smith now looking inside. At the halfway point, the 9L, Dustin Leatherman. Smith would choose higher low. Looks like he's going to take the high side. And we're off. Leatherman, Morgan Smith. Winner, the 9L of Dustin Leatherman. Fourth heat for the Sooner Late Model Series presented by the Hayden Ross Motorsports Foundation. Should be in the staging area. And the lineup should look like this. Out of Russellville, Arkansas, sponsored by Curtis Fisher, CRT Construction Resources. Eagle Lake Farm is outside the 21M of Billy Moyer Sr. out of Batesville, Arkansas, sponsored by Mesilla Valley Transportation, Carl Chevrolet, Keith Lawson Motorsports. The 66 car, of course, Eli Ross from right here in Muskogee, Oklahoma, sponsored by the Hayden Ross Motorsports Foundation, Peterson Fluid System, Rocket Chassis, J. Hodge Chevrolet, Iron Blocks, Schultz Headers, Norton Street Tire, Morgan Tow. The 21 car, Christopher Willow Jr. out of Meeker, Oklahoma, sponsored by Black Diamond Race Cars. Fine ripping and remodeling, Black Race Engines, Christopher Hyde Senior and MTV. The 171H, the Riddler, Drew Harless, out of Payton, Oklahoma. And we're off! behind him, Billy Moyer Sr. Eli Ross comes up second. John Cooney third. Well, that'll do it for the Sooner Late Model Series presented by the Hayden Ross Motorsport Foundation. I'm going to turn it back over to Scott Henner and the great folks here at Thunderbird Speedway. Scott?
Thank you very much, Larry. Thunderbird Speedway. How about those late models? Give it up for them, Thunderbird. What I tell you, those guys absolutely fly. Almost every single one of them going 90 plus miles an hour. That is just unreal. The speeds they can get here on that mile. So, like Larry said, up next will be your modified races. 21 modified for this year tonight. So this will be up to 3 races. All going to lap 2. DC Racing 1. Starting front row inside on the pole. The 71, that's Kiko Schultz. Goes outside the 27, Jacob Gamble. Second row outside, starting fourth, the 1T, Ryan Taylor. To the inside, 32, Ryan Murphy. Third row inside, the outside, the number 7, Ryan Gamble. And starting fourth row inside, the 7 songs, Justin Conrad. Some of the late model drivers through autographs. Go down to the merchandise stand and get you a checkered flag. They're available for sale. Just for a few bucks, you can go. That way you kiddos have something to get autographed for intermission. Late model drivers. Actually picked up his late model 50th career win here at the Thunderbird Speedway 3 years ago. And his 3rd career win behind time. Sights back to your modified T1. Jacob Campbell, he really did not want this restart. He had a 6.5 second lead. Inside or outside. And it looks like he is likely to start on the outside of the second row. So then that'll put third place to 24 Justin Cartwright to the second row inside. Back of Ryan Murphy to slide the 24 of Justin Cartwright coming out of the checker to get third place. So Jacob Campbell, your E1 winner for the modified, will see him here on the main stage momentarily. Race number 2 will go 8 laps as well with the modified. Starting from row inside number 66, that's Dylan Doty, who's outside the 89 Tate Cole. Second row inside number 70, Michael Rhodes. On the outside, starting fourth, the 7B Brody Hansen. Third row inside the number 5, and the 4R Jared Russell. He's outside the 19K, Kyle Slater. And rounding him off, starting 7th in the 25-star, Michael Hornback. Try it one more time. Alrighty, hopefully they follow the rest. They don't break the laws. We're back late. They will restart this. Turn two. Yellow in turn number 2. We got one coming to a stop at the bottom.
plastic tire again. That tire.
So we did get one lap complete. So your leader in the 89 tank pole, as always, will restart all of them in the front row. And then the 19 man Kyle Slater. Looks like he's not out there. Then the 4-hour Jared Russell. One complete, 7 to go for heat race number 2. The bottom line, back underway. second. Absolutely impressive, ladies and gentlemen. The 89er Tate Cole comes to the main stage. We gotta get loud for him, Thunderbird. That was a heck of a run for Tate Cole and an impressive try for the 19K of Kyle Slater. Race number 3, same thing, big laps around for modified winners. Inside the 15C, that's double C Cam Case. On his outside the 25C, Braden Hubb. Second row inside the 52, Chad Davis. To his outside the 17, JR Drake Ball. Third row inside the 14G, Joe Godsey. To his outside the 33, Kyle Armitage. And on the 7th starting spot, the 70, Jake Davis. Of Kyle Slater and the 89 of Tate Cole come to us on the main stage. Thunderbird, give them to a round of applause. A fantastic final 2 laps and a show. Stop there in 3 and 4. He's got that back end all the way up against the concrete wall, which does not budge whatsoever. 3 laps complete, 5 to go. You think the 52 of Chad Davis will hold on for 5 more laps and overcome this one? one stop in turn number one. So I believe that's a 33 of Kyle Armitage again. Two yellows scored down to that race and trying to keep that show moving. So, 33 off the track. Looks like we may have to get our friends at Morgan Towing to the scene. For all your towing needs, give Morgan Towing a call. As you see, they're quickly rumbling through the infield going to the scene. That's the kind of service you can expect. If you ever need a tow truck, give Morgan Towing a call. 5 complete, 3 to go. But on the bright side, he is out of the race car. Looks like he's got his helmet off, so give him a round of applause, Thunderbird. Will restart your leader, and then Jake Davis looks like he is like to start on the outside. Jake Braden Huff roundabout once we get this thing cleared off the top side and turn number one there. Well, race fans, you guys enjoying yourselves so far tonight? Awesome, that's what we love to see. I know I asked this a little bit earlier, but stands have filled up a lot more tremendously just by show of hands. Who are the first timers here for a dirt track of any kind? We have an impressive amount. So for all those fans with their hands up, all of the regulars, shake their hands, welcome them. This is a very For those first timers, we hope you're enjoying this show. Glad to have you.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
next. 13 signed in here tonight, so they will just have 2 heat races. 6 lap. Driver Grayson Stacy's Grayson Stacy's right here, Muskogee, and he's only 16 years old. Keep an eye on Grayson Stacy, 16 years of age. Starts third row inside in the 5th spot. And then to his outside is the 9th Brody Slater. 15 years old. Brody 15, Grayson 16. Starring drivers. Here we go, 6 laps. Brody King on the pole. Chase Hubbard on the front row outside. And then the other for 6 laps. Running on in Division 1. 5 minutes down. The greenway. Cars racing. Chase Hubbard. So the yellow will come out and he will restart at the tail of the road. Three to go right at the halfway line. He racing for 1 lines. Chase Hubbard. Tractor time. Yes, and it's trying to restart. Brody King, your leader of the 510. To the 22 of Don't Drag Still, Chris Theodore, 3rd. Levi Lowe, Grayson Stacy, Brody Slater, Chase Hubbard. Flag and shown on the next time by signal. 3 down, 3 to go. Restart alone on the front row as they burn Levi Lowe gets him. Grayson Stacy got fourth, then Brody Slater, Chase Hubbard, and then Levi Lowe. Levi has come to a stop. Looks like he made contact with the outer concrete wall there in turn number 3. 127 Levi Lowe. Get the 127 of Levi Lowe. There. Turn number 3. We'll get our friends at Morgan Towing there this evening. Make contact with it. It is very unforgiving. It is a costly price to pay. But looks like he gets refired off. He did not want to go on the Morgan Towing gun, thank goodness. Starting at number 4, Cody Johnson, who's outside the 25 LJ of the Boyd. Second row outside the number 0, Fort Morgan. And it was outside the 79 of Freddie. Third row inside, the number 40, Zach Tuggle. And starting 6th, $7 Colt Aldridge. 6 laps for the B-Mods. Race number 2. Come on, Ford. Gray Santa Fe, go move their vehicle force real quick. QEV215, the plate number. Again, if you have a gray Santa Fe, tax number QEV215, if you can just move your vehicle one moment for us, we have a bit of an emergency. Again, a gray Santa Fe, QEV215, if you can move your vehicle for us, please. We would greatly appreciate it. So we got this heat race video, and then we got the late model heat feature, and then the intermission fun begins. Fireworks, Hot Wheels giveaway for the kiddos down there at the main stage, Battle of the Banks. So make sure to stick around. We got this heat race, and then the late model heat feature. And then we're going to take a brief intermission. We have fireworks, Battle of the Banks, race, featuring the race of all the local banks in the school year. Hot Wheels giveaway for kiddos down there at the main stage. With our favorites. 4 to go. Fort Morgan leads. Ready, Zach Johnson, forward. And 2 down, 4 to go. We're back on the way. Final heat time. Freddie on the high side though, Tuggle on the bottom, amateur number 4, neck and neck. Trouble in turn 2. We got one parked once more at the top. Yellow in turn number 2. That one is the $7 important. We're complete 2 laps remaining in this one.
What it is. The green white ticket. There's a drone.
Yeah, it's been doing that the whole time here.
There's 2 laps left. It'll be a green white check. Green white check. Yeah. You don't see them a lot.
Down, 2 to go. Fort Morgan will lead them to the green. We're back on the way. I did not like Try it again on this one. Leader of the zero, Court Morgan, has to set the pace in the start zone in between the two yellow flag banners. He does it back. Tuggle back to the bottom of ready for second. Out of turn 4, we'll see the white flag. Court Morgan. Coming out of turn 4, the number 0, Court Morgan. Sit down. So we'll see the 0, Court Morgan, here on the main stage momentarily. And I believe now we have the late model being featured after intermission. Yeah, so now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn the reins back over. We're going to have the late model intermission, or the late model being featured in the intermission. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Mr. Larry Carr.
All right, Thunderbird Speedway. Looks like it's similar late model series action presented by the Hidden Ross Motorsports Foundation. Your peak feature lineup should go on the pole, the 31 car, Gary Lowe out of Trenton, Texas, on his outside, the 92. I'm Delbert Smith out of Beloit, Kansas. Touchback 405, CBR Technology, Belleville, Quarterman Home. Road 2 inside, the M19, JC Mattingly out of Springdale, Arkansas, sponsored by Complex Technologies. Team 19 Motorsports and Gilman Racing. CC, that's Sloppy Hog out of Terrell, Texas, sponsored by the Hog Farm. Taylor Wood, Building, Masonry, Big Bad Wood, Greenwood, Shrek and Sons, Swap, Cleaning, and Green. DH1, Steve Hill, the 99 car, Nate Chance out of Ennis, Texas, sponsored by Howard Racing and the Grove Farm. Racing 4 was bad. Broadway Clinic advantage 17. He put it for it. Oakville, Arkansas. Motorsports, Bobcat, Pittsburgh, Wakefield Auto Sales. Terry Smalls, Extreme Outdoor. The 99 Jeff Hall. The 95 Zach Nicola. Choctaw, Oklahoma, sponsored by Mark G. Choctaw, Repair, Arcade Drive. The Cover Park Radiator and the Royal Edge Shocks Racing. The 23 car, Michael Foreman out of Tahlequah, Oklahoma, sponsored by Morgan Towing, Compass Technologies, and Ty Thomas Engines. The 178 car, Drew Harness out of Dayton, the 171 of Derek Harness, the Joker out of Swagger, Michigan. Missed the 171, the 171. Gary Lowe and the Iceman, Smith.
Welcome.
transfer, everybody else gets to go home. That will bring us back to our intermission. Now I'm going to turn it back over to Scott and the folks here at Thunder Bird Speedway. Scott?
Thank you very much, Larry. Like Larry said, it is intermission now, but stick around. We got the Battle of the Banks race about to go down, fireworks, and an intermission. Fan fest here on the stage area.
Rainbow color?
We're gonna head down there and we'll get here started momentarily.
Yeah, I'm just dumping in my hand. The rest are yours. Yeah, they put them in the ice and the ice melted. Yeah, that's what happens with soggy M&Ms. What? Live stuff. Yeah, they just put those in there. I was like, get the power here. Just couldn't get power rate.
So on the track now, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we got the Battle of Banks going down. Head down to the stage and we'll get going here for intermission festivities.
There's your winner. Oh, he done a U-turn right there.
We get going with the Battle of the Banks. We got Luke Leatherman down here. And Luke, for some of us who might not know, we all got the matching shirts at Warner High School. Kind of what's going on with you guys here?
Yeah, so we are a high school racing team. Easiest way to describe it is we kind of mirror the University of Northwestern Ohio. It's a college program, but it's basically like a VOTEC program. And so these high school students, we have 9 students in the class currently. We're going to move it to 15 for this next school year. But it's a 3-hour class, so just like you would go take an elective at class, they come down to the race car shop, we have the race car class, and then we come out to the track on the weekends, and they're the crew on it. Learning all the ins and outs of running a successful motorsports program. So working on the cars, car maintenance, the business and expenditure side, social media, PR, marketing, all the things like that.
And you guys do have shirts for sale on the pit side and over here, correct?
Yeah, we had a booth set up over here in the grandstands. We got some hero cards that we're going to give out tonight. You can find us on all forms of social media, just Warner High School Racing Team. We got shirts, hats, some merchandise. So anything goes to support our program.
Well, thank you, Luke, and good luck. And like I said, get in here, get some autographs. And ladies and gentlemen, how about it for the Warner Public Schools Racing Team? So for all the kiddos or everyone who wants to meet some of the drivers, you can come down here. We got lots of cool giveaways looking to be handed out. A lot of drivers are out here giving out their ass. Get your selfie with your favorite driver.
Everyone's gonna get the same shit.
Small court.
He's like, I'm good at those. I'm pretty salty. And anyway, how many only books yeah, once you get good on them books, just go down. Once you get good on them books, you can try to get away from them. Jay? I don't even know if Jay still works there. He does. He works there? I don't know. I was there after the weekend. He was still over there. I left.
When we post something, you guys will know all about it. Thunderbird Speedway, Facebook.
I know.
Fun time for all the kids.
Just me. I don't want to pull him.
Hello. Yeah.
Put it back together. Ray had to get in too. Ray had to show it.
These are bankers that are out in these cars. They've never driven a race car before. They didn't even know how to buckle their helmets. So this ought to be exciting to watch.
It's like me and him talking. I can't feel good, but it is. You know, we were talking about it the other day. If I walk in I might not follow you. We talked about it the other day.
Wrong bank.
Oh my God.
Brody, that's Brody Slater's mom. All right. Where we got? Right here? All right, come on. This is Christina Stacy. She is driving for First Star. She's a loan officer at First Star. Give me the green flag. All right, we're going to go 3 laps for these guys. This ought to be a good race right here. All these cars going pretty good. Battle of the Banks. Next year we'll do like Battle of the Barbecue Joints or Battle of something. But this is going to be the bankers. They're going to keep the trophy and take it over and keep it at their bank for a year. Is everyone ready? 3 laps. Battle of the Banks. These guys have never driven race cars ever. Here we go. Lap 1. Watch out, watch out. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You guys are going pretty good there. Oh, we got smoke going out. Overhead to keep the lead.
There went a head gasket.
Second. Man, 35's the trophy.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. There we go. Looks like we might have a race up there. One more lap to go.
She's done.
Here we go. Checker flag is out right here. Look at her. Number 7. I can't remember who's in that one. But we'll do a little interview with him. Second place, Shalise. Third place, Christina Stacy. The girls did pretty good. 35, he had a little rough car. He got a bad draw on the car.
Yeah, the white smoke it is. I've seen it several times.
Coming out?
Yeah. That's a head gasket.
That ain't, that's not it.
Again, I want to thank everyone for coming out. I want to thank all these people. Look at all these signs out here. All these signs is people that paid for their employees to come out here tonight. So, please, we're going to do this every year. We want to put all those signs up again and maybe some more. This is the biggest crowd I've seen out here in 20 years. So here we go. You won that thing, didn't you? Hey, this is John Hayes with Bank First. This is my bank right here, Bank First. Man, wasn't that fun? He loves it. How many race cars have you driven? 0 race cars, and you just won the Battle of the Banks. So now I get to go in and see the thing on the wall all the time. So, sure appreciate everyone that's come out tonight.
We ain't done.
Drive around there, park, unless you want to get out and take a picture. Yeah, okay. John Hayes, Bank First.
Is it? Damn. Get up to church in the morning. Yeah. That'd be so mad at me.
Get up and go.
That was on my mama.
That one away.
Come on, Court.
That's gonna go out.
All right, kiddos, you guys get back to your seats. We're gonna do some fireworks real quick so you'll be able to see them. Everyone back to the seats. Fireworks.
Back to your seats.
You got some. Didn't put them in. You got some.
Just remember, you come out here, we're gonna have a good time every time.
Race fans, give it up for Brady Ross. He stuck his neck out for us tonight. What a fantastic showing.
Thank you for watching.
Fucking